This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, everybody, this is Dr. Doug Smith. It is Monday, Thanksgiving week, and it's Monday at 2:30. So it is time for our Monday through Thursday 2:30 podcast. There will be no podcast this Thursday. It's Thanksgiving, so we're not going to do a podcast. And this is the week we're all supposed to be give thanks for the things that we're thankful for. I've got a lot of things that I'm thankful for. One of the things that I'm thankful for is Alex. And again, you guys are gonna hear me say this about every day. Please send Alex a thank you email. He works very hard behind the scenes, and he's making things happen. He and I were just talking about it. This is a big week for us. We will probably finish the edits on the book this week, and we are scheduled to hear back from the FDA. It's not clear if they're going to reach out to us Friday or Monday, but one of those 2 days and give us an update on the progress of getting approved for our phase 3 clinical trial. Remember, once we're approved for the phase 3 clinical trial, then we can immediately turn around and begin the approval process for the treatment IND. Once we've got an approved treatment IND, Katie, bar the door. We can start demanding. Now it's just a matter of demanding that these companies that harm the people pay for the treatment IND. Which is a lot of what the mass tort lawsuit will give us to leverage to force those dialogues. I got chapter 5 of the book back from the editors this morning. I'm extremely happy with it. That means 1 through 5 are in the can. They're essentially done. Got a little bit of work on the graphics, but the writing is the hard part is essentially done. I like the way everything reads so far. I hope you guys like it too. It does such an elaborate job of explaining exactly what happened in the opioid crisis that our only issue is going to be credibility. And in order to gain the credibility, this book is well researched and well supported by document after document after document after document. We went very deeply into the Federal Register. The government does kind of a daily record of what happens, and we went deep into the Federal Register and got a lot of the evidence. But I'm excited to get the book ready for publishing. Though the people who have read it so far and have sent me your comments, thank you. I'm very appreciative of that, and I'm glad you've liked the book as much as you have. Yes, we're trying to use the book to make it clear what happened to our people and make it crystal clear that our people are not, never were, and never will be drug addicts. That was a fairy tale made up by the psychiatrists. Psychiatrists made a lot of money off that. They made a whole lot of money off that fairy tale, and it gave them power, prestige, and money. But it's just simply not true. All right. So speaking of things that are true, take a look at the screen in front of you. Okay, we've looked at this before. Uh, this is an integral part of the book, and this is an image that just breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart. Okay, because this is how people die. Okay, those of you who have ever been in opioid withdrawal and you felt like you were going to die, well, the reality is you were at a very real chance, a very real risk of actually dying. And that's what you're looking at on the screen in front of you right there. Okay, uh, divide that into two separate pictures. It looks like one big picture, but it's really two separate pictures. Um, and look at it at 0 hours. See at the bottom it says OH, that's 0 hour. And look at it at 6 hours. See at the bottom it says 6H, that's 6 hour. Okay, and then as you can see, there's 4 separate groups. Sham, which is salt water. That's what the Chinese call salt water. E, which is epinephrine. NE, which is norepinephrine, and then E plus NE, epinephrine plus norepinephrine. So this is 4 separate groups of mice at 0 hours and 6 hours, and they were given one of 4 options: either salt water or sugar water. I don't remember which. I think it's salt water. Sham, nothing. They were given nothing, water, or they were given a high level of epinephrine, or they were given a high level of norepinephrine, or they were given both the epinephrine and the norepinephrine together. Okay, and And you can see at 6 hours, okay, what you're actually looking at here, you can see it on the left there. It says CO. That's cardiac output. How much blood did the heart push forward every minute? That's how you measure it. You measure by the minute. Okay, and it's basically the heart rate times the amount of blood in each beat. That's called the stroke volume. So it's basically the stroke volume times the heart rate gives you your cardiac output. And that's what you're looking at right there. You're looking at the cardiac output. How much blood per minute is the heart pushing forward? And as you can see, the one in white, the sham, between 0 hours and 6 hours, it doesn't change. Well, why would it? It's salt water, sugar water. It's a sham. It's nothing. It's water. Okay. And then you can see the next one, the epinephrine. Okay, it changes a little bit. Cardiac output goes down in 6 hours. Okay, that heart's wearing out. Okay, then you see the next one, the norepinephrine. Okay, and that cardiac output is way down. You know, these cardiac outputs starting out near 200 milliliters per minute, 200 ml/min, milliliters per minute. But you can see it started out near 200. Okay, and then when you get to the norepinephrine 6 hours later, it's down to 100. That heart has lost half its capability. Okay, but then look at the next one, epinephrine plus norepinephrine. Okay, it's down to 50. Okay, it was at 200, now it's down to 50. Okay, that animal's not going to live. This is what death looks like. This is how we die. Cardiac output goes down, down, down until there is no cardiac output. And at 6 hours, you know, that animal's about dead. Now, imagine you had, 6 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours, 30, imagine it went on and on and on. All of them are eventually going to die. You can tell. It's just a matter of how fast they die, how fast that cardiac output heads towards zero. Now, remember, we drew blood on our volunteers on day 3. Okay, on day 3. Now, our epinephrine, norepinephrine levels were not quite as high as what they gave these mice. Okay, so our people, it's going to take them longer to die, but they're still at risk of death. And you're looking at how they die. They die because their heart it was beating so hard so fast that it gave out. Okay, it's what we call high output heart failure. Okay, the book goes into it extensively. Okay, the book goes into it extensively, but this is how our people died. Okay, granted, in this study, this is the loose study from 2020. Granted, in this study, it was mice, but this is how the humans died also. This is how people died. If you knew people who died in opioid withdrawal, this is how they died. Okay, that adrenaline toxicity, that epinephrine, norepinephrine, just pushed that heart until the heart just died, gave out, failed. High output heart failure. You're looking at it right there. All right, we're going to hold here for today. Everybody have a great afternoon. Great to be back with you all. Everybody have a great afternoon. And we'll be back tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe to us. Don't forget to send Alex a thank you note. Don't forget to post this podcast on your social media, everybody else's social media. Everybody have a great afternoon, and we'll be back tomorrow. Thank you.